In our last tutorial, we were taking strings or user input that was strings, and instead of saving it as a regular variable, we were converting them to arrays. Now, today I'm going to show you how you can do the same thing with the output of a command to run a fun little thing to make it look kind of like the words are going to be typed out on the screen, only instead of going letter by letter, we're going to print word by word. I have done tutorials on printing stuff out letter by letter on the screen as if it was a typewriter. And there's more than one way to do this. This is just one way, and I thought I'd just put the last tutorial into somewhat of a creative, fun use. And that's what you kind of have to do when you're a programmer, is when you learn something, try to think of some fun ways to play with it so that you learn the command and get it in your head, because using it is how you learn it. So basically I'm in a folder here, and in this folder I have one file. I called it email.txt, and if I cat it out, you'll see that it is Linus's first email out about when he was first sharing Linux. So there's the text file, and obviously when we type cat and the name of the file, it just prints it all out on the screen all at once. Well, if we take the output of that cat command and put it into an array, and this isn't the only way of doing it, but we're going to do that, and then we can go through with a loop and display each word one at a time. So let's go ahead and get started. What we're going to do is we're going to use the read command as we did last time, -array for array, and then the name of the variable or the array that we want to create, we'll just call it email. Probably not the best thing to name it. _a for, we'll just call it email. It doesn't matter. And then we're going to do less than, and then we're going to say quotations, and then inside the quotations we're going to do $ and parentheses, and anything typed in these parentheses should be a command, and instead of putting what you're typing into the array, it's going to run that command and put the output into that array. So in this case, we are going to just cat out our email file. So now, if like last time, we echo $ squiggly brackets, and we say pound email, and we put our end symbol in there, or @ symbol in there, we hit enter, you can see it says there are only 7 things inside our array, which doesn't sound right. Let's have a look. Let's just print out our whole array here. Interesting. Okay, something's not right. Let's try removing these quotation marks here and give it a try again. That's more like it. So in this case, we're better off not using the quotation marks, because it seemed to only grab a single line rather than the whole file. I didn't do that when I was testing this. I'm glad I did it now so that you guys don't get confused, because 99% of the time you do want to use quotations pretty much all the time. So let's go over that again. We're using the read command. We're creating an array, and the array is going to be called email, and we're going to do the output of basically this text file being catted out. So there's 155 items inside there now, and if we run echo $ squiggly braces email and then our end symbol inside those square brackets, it will just print out everything in the array. It loses the formatting of the cat, but that's not really important at this point. So what we can do now, let's clear the screen. We can say for I in, and I is a variable that we're just creating now, and we're going to say $ squiggly brackets. Actually, it's squiggly brackets. No, yeah, $. I'm confusing myself now. Email, and we will just say @, so it's going to grab, basically loop through for each item within that array. So we're going to say do echo, and we're going to say $I, which is our variable that we just created here, and then we're going to say done, and it's basically going to print it out everything on its own line. So what we need to do, because we don't want everything on its own line, is just to add a -n for the echo command. That means do not put a new line after each loop, basically. So we hit that, and now we have an issue of there's not spaces between the words. Very simple fix. Let's clear the screen here. We'll run this command again, and we'll just put a space after our variable there. So let's really quick look at this. We are going to use a for loop. We're creating a variable I, and I is going to equal each item within that array one at a time, and it's going to loop through, and each time it loops, it's going to print the variable I, which will be each word within that array, without creating a new line, and there's a space after each one. So we do that. Great. We're not getting the effect we want because we need to put a delay in there. So all we have to do is add a sleep command, semicolon, sleep, and in this case I'll say .2, so just less than a quarter of a second wait in between each word. We'll hit enter there, and as you can see, it's basically printing out one word at a time from that text file. Now, if you wanted that to go faster or slower, you just adjust the sleep time. Obviously, lower the number, the faster it would go. Higher the number, there's a longer wait in between each word. So let's give that a look. I'm going to hit Control-C to kill that. And we'll turn this up to 1 second. That's going to be real slow. Let's do 0.5. So you can see it's a bit slower than before. Now I'll Control-C and we'll turn it up. We'll turn it to 0.1, so it should be twice as fast as our first run through. Control-C that to kill that, and we can go even lower. We can say .05. Now it's going to be printing out real fast. So this is just a fun little effect, like maybe you're making a text-based game and you want to have some sort of intro coming in like this. So that is how you can do that. It's also just a little way to play around with what we learned in the last tutorial. Be creative. Think of fun things you can do with these short tutorials. And as always, I hope you visit filmsbykris.com. That's Chris with a K. As always, there's a link in the description, and I hope that you have a great day.